Innsbruck KOM After Party is a good one. It was selected by head course setter Peter Leclerc. It's about 23 miles in length. It goes up the short but incredibly steep leg snapper KOM 3 times. You do 3 laps. Some people will try to say it's flat. It is not flat. The leg snapper is incredibly steep. It can really put you in a place of bother if you pick the group up pretty quickly as well. And then after that, what's different about this route is that after the 3 laps with the leg snapper, you end up doing the Innsbruck KOM, which is about 7K in length, 5.5% gradient, 7K length, 5.5% gradient. Comes at the end of the ride, so you finish at the top of the climb. Makes for an interesting day, an interesting race. Hope everybody's doing okay out there. We're about 50 minutes to go. It looks like we had an RSVP of around 53 riders had said they were going to come, and so it should be somewhere around that. Another good turnout for this series. It's the most consistent turnout we've seen in a couple years, which is pretty fun. Yeah, Peter, I know you're with us here today. Appreciate you coming out once again. Any words on Innsbruck or pointers for folks?
Oh, hey, Sean. That climb for the fastest guys is going to take about 20 minutes, and I'd say the laps are going to be a little under 15. I'm hoping that people aren't going too hard up that leg snapper climb, because it's really going to tire you out if it's a sprint up that 3 times before we hit the main climb.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. So you're thinking somewhere just around an hour for total time, Peter? Or maybe a little longer, actually.
Yeah, I bet like our winning time is right around an hour, but maybe a little longer for the middle part of the group. But around there, not much more.
Keep in mind on the leg snapper, it's a long enough climb. You can't just sprint up the whole thing, but what's cool about the leg snapper is when you come down the other side, it's a pretty big descent. So it is worth pushing over the top of that climb and trying to draft someone or post if you can for the next little rise. Well, there is an element of recovery after that.
The fun thing about this course is that the finish line is at the top of the main KOM. Or do you mean the leg snapper?
No, that's a good point as well. I was talking about leg snapper, but yes, that is a worthy point. I think that's what makes this course a kind of Zwift favorite, is that the final climb is the final climb. It's like a Grand Tour stage where you're in the mountains and it's a summit finish. And so the climb is hard, Peter. I think it's hard, but it's not more. It's probably honestly a category 2 climb outside. So it's not quite hard enough maybe to separate a super, super good climber. I don't know what your thoughts are on that. I'd be curious.
There's some flat parts in the middle, so the group can actually stay together. You can push a little bit up the steep sections, and then you do get a little bit of a break. And then once you're a little over halfway up it's pretty sustained all the way to the top.
Yep. So interesting. And I think it'll be similar to the other Zwift races we've seen. I think it'll start out pretty fast. I do think that it will break up every time of the leg snapper. If you want to stay with different groups, you want to be up at the front there during that period of time. There's also some cobbles that lead up to that climb that are always weird. It just kind of slows you down a little bit, and you feel like you have to put out more wattage than what's necessary to get through the cobbles. As I see Matt Butterfield has joined. If you remember, Peter, Matt had some tech issues last time. He was kind of bummed about that. After the race, we got to text a little bit, and he was just saying, oh yeah, just had tech issues at home, but he's back for more. And then worth noting that this weekend coming up is the Whitefish Whiteout at Whitefish Butterfield's race. You do go up to Benny Up, and a fun schemo race. everything I've heard is that race is happening and fun and exciting. So head up to Whitefish for that.
Yeah, we needed.
And Peter, I think, sorry to interrupt, I think
No.
Skimo is happening. Rumor mill is that Skimo is happening Thursday night.
Yeah,
That's
that was the
rumor
email
mill.
I got, but he's not going to do the vertical challenge just yet. So it's just the regular lap at the bottom again this week. I did ski at Snow Bowl today. It is better. I did go down Paradise, but once you get to that road cut, that section right below it has still got a lot of dirt and rocks on it, but you can kind of make your way down along the edges if you go slow.
Well, impressive that you ski Paradise, Peter. I mean, seriously, that's news and that's a good sign. You felt like you could get down. We, as a family, we opted out. There was an opportunity to ski Sunday. We just said, I don't know. But it's good to know that it's at least doable.
Yeah, the top North Dakota downhill in the top section is pretty nice. The bottom of Paradise where they have the snowblowers has coverage. It's just that middle section that's in the sun there. But yeah, I kind of regretted bringing my new skis, but it's February. They can't sit around all winter.
Well, I agree with that. Because turn that on the ski side of things. Everybody's been skiing rock skis for 2 months. It's time to see your fast skis sometimes. 20 seconds to go before we start race number 5, Zwift Series here. Thanks for being with us. It looks like we do have 52 riders in the event tonight, which is super fun. Stay together as much as you can. Work with each other. As we're under 10 seconds, we'll try to chime in when we can here. Should be a pretty hot start. At least most of these races have been fast, I feel like. All right, and we are off. Hope everybody chose a lightweight bike option if they had that choice. Something with a 3-star or a 4-star in the weight category would be probably the choice for tonight.
Yeah, I went on the climbing side today. I'm on the Scott bike with the DT Swiss 62 wheels.
Okay.
If you pick the same bike with the NV 7.8s, you get a little better flat performance. So it's a tough choice between those two.
Yeah, I like that Cannondale Evo for climbing courses. It comes in a 4-star. I think that's a pretty sick bike, but I chose the Finarello Dogma 12. Just get a little bit of aero advantage.
Yeah, the Cannondale is definitely the most accessible light climbing bike. It's probably the first bike anybody should buy when they're new to Zwift.
Yeah, the S-Works Tarmac is obviously really light as well. That's in there. But those two are kind of the lightest, easy accessible bikes. Reasonable start here. I appreciate that. Trying to get warmed up. Joe Miller's back again. Matt Mora, Will Pereira. Kyle's with us tonight. Welcome, Kyle. JQ's here.
We needed
Tino's here again. Go ahead.
We needed Butterfield last week to help chase down Joe Miller because he snuck away at the end. We were just all so wrecked going into the finish of that one.
Gosh, that was a hard race. I don't know how you guys did that. Lacey's here tonight. Todd Esser, welcome. Mr. Lawson from the Bitterroot as well. Levi Hoke's here. Jim Sevely's here. Mr. Reitels and Chad Dilworth's here again. Good to see Chad. Tino was saying that he already had the KOM jersey. I got 22 miles to go on my screen here. Good course, lots of climbing. Throwbacks here. Sneak up next to Peter for a second.
Someone just did a U-turn.
Peace out.
Do not hold
Chris
the down
Davis
button.
is here. Well, I'm glad you went up to Snowball, Peter. Good report.
Yeah, I would consider going again tomorrow. There's supposed to be a little snow in the next few days. Not a ton, but some.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's going to remain cold, which is always nice.
Yeah. You do kind of get tired of skiing like the 4 runs on the back, so I didn't stay for very long.
Yeah, but you can, you got that weekday pass. It's better than nothing,
Yeah.
And they usually, honestly, they usually groom those pretty good. Those off Lavelle, it's like, or it's not, and it's fun, and I don't know. I think Wilcox is with us tonight. Welcome, Andrew. T. Zishka off the front.
Oh, someone sprinting. Dilworth.
Yeah, big move there. Is it Chad?
Chad, you gotta control your pedaling.
I like it.
This is Chad's first winter of Zwift riding.
I feel like race number 1 was his best race. He was in that B group the whole time.
Yeah. And
it was a fast B group.
So now we do a lot of Zwift chat at work.
It does matter. The chat helps. Tips and tricks from your friends.
It's for sure a little different than riding outside in a group.
It is. You gotta kind of be a little bit more reactive, trying to predict what's going to happen next. Welcome, P. McDade, to the group. Dave Curry, good to see you again, my friend.
Super good to be here.
How are you, bud?
Lot of stress levels, but all in all, doing pretty well.
Big day at work?
Yeah, I got some travel tomorrow, so just trying to get everything in order.
It's always stressful, especially going out of Missoula now. You never know what's going to happen. You got your airport outfit picked out already, though? That always makes me feel better.
Yep, got to be an MTCX shirt, right?
I mean, like a cozy pair of sweaties or something, Well, we're getting close to that leg snapper. There's Shanda. Great to see Shanda. She's been having a really good series. Mixing it up.
I want to say she's pretty new to Zwift as well.
Yeah, and Peter, learning curves for her have been tremendous. She's made strides every week. There's Chad. Get in there, Chad.
Off the front, off the back.
Off the back.
that group dynamic, it takes a little while. I think the thing is, like in Zwift, if you coast, you immediately go at the back. Whereas when you're riding in real life, you do a lot of coasting in a group.
Sure. Right.
Train yourself to never ever coast.
Yeah, that's a really nice point by Peter about the. In a real group, it's easier to coast. Draft coming back from the mill or something like that. You're like, okay, it's hard, but I'm going to coast here. This is just on the pedals. You can coast on the downhills, but you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah, coasting in Zwift is like braking in real life.
Yep. All right, good luck, everybody.
First lap.
I hope we see you.
Warm-up lap, right?
Yeah, tell Joe Miller.
is the how many watts can you do for a minute game.
Yeah.
We're still okay. Still reasonable.
Well, let's see who we got here. Wilcox, Cam Johnson, Tino, throwback gets the KOM. Peters here. Brad Lawson, Joe Miller. People chasing hard though. Todd Esser coming back. Good job, Todd.
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, you really need to like push over the top of that a little bit so you don't like get to the top and then all of a sudden there's a space.
Yeah. Yep.
And then there's those two little uphills on the downhill that you have to be ready for.
You gotta punch over. Yep. Get a nice little regroup.
Also, a lot of power-ups right here.
Oh, there is.
But this finish arch, the last time we go through it, there's nothing before the top.
That's it. Right, that's what I was wondering.
Like, if I had a feather, I'd probably, like, not use it going through this arch.
Yeah. I know. I know. Usually in Zwift racing that's offered to everybody, when you do this course, there's no after party. It's just this circuit here, which makes for interesting racing, as you tell already from lap number 1. Like Peter mentioned, no one pushes over the top. You can just keep regrouping. Similar to that Rocky Mountain Roubaix circuit.
Yeah.
If no one wants to really, really cruise it, push down that sketchy downhill, it will regroup.
I remember one of the first times I raced that, and it was a really wet, muddy day. And
yeah.
I kept, like, losing wheels going down the hill until like the last 2 laps. And then like when I finished, it was because my brake pads is like worn all the way down, so I couldn't slow down anymore.
Forced to turn off the brakes. Yeah. You did. Had a lot of good memories on that course. We finished in a variety of locations, back up the little climb towards the high school. But honestly, when I look back now, and Peter, you'll know what I'm talking about, I can't help it. All I can think about is the year that I dropped out when everybody's bottom brackets got ruined and it was super muddy and cold. And
Yeah.
It was by far like my worst experience, but I really can't think of the positive occurrences before. I raced it for 16, 17 years, and all I can remember is that horrible day.
Yeah, that was one where it was like, as soon as I get dropped, I'm going to quit. And then every lap I went through, and I was still in the group, and it was smaller and smaller, and I was like, I guess I have to keep doing this.
Right. Almost for like solidarity with the fast people that you were with. Like,
yeah,
you just needed to stay in there, you know? Like,
and that
Steven Davis was in there. You were there. I think Owen was there. But it was a good crew.
Elliot.
Yep.
And that was one where you had to go back to Frenchtown for the finish, too. That was the worst part.
I remember starting at the school, and we rode out. The pavement was wet, and it was raining. It was just like, this is going to be a long day. I think I'm about 18 at the front now.
Good pictures
Brian
from that day, at
Mutzi
least.
just on the tail end. Yeah, the pictures. It wasn't that Mike Rose. Who took those? They were good photos.
Yeah, Mike was out driving around. I think Tom was out there.
Okay. Really nice photos, especially for such a hard weather day.
There's this one of Josh Tack, and he's just out there by himself. And there's this like big dually diesel truck going the other direction, and you can just see like the plumes of mud coming off the tires.
Oh gosh. He used to try so hard with team tactics at that race to try to win. Whether it was like for Josh or for Brian Williams, or I remember just sacrificing yourself for one of those guys or something early in the race, and then just be like, whatever. And all trying to beat like, you know, Sportsman's and Clint Mulfield or Butterfield or Ben Parsons or Herzeg or Proctor or the gas guys, John Curry, Frank Gonzalez. I mean, it was a fun thing. And I mean, people remember like the Spokane guys were fast, and Mike Gertner and Sean Ford, all very.
I think I really just started in those years, or hadn't even started racing yet. So
You were close. I mean,
I might have been in the Cat 5 race.
I remember watching Cat 4s and Cat 5s finish up, and you were always there or thereabouts, and that's all. I was like, who's this guy, you know? And then I remember you did the Great Falls race one year. You might have won it. I don't. But in the
Eden Road
in the
race,
4 or 5, just a horrible crosswind, headwind affair. And I think you won it.
Yeah.
But it was hard. It was
That
really
was
hard.
that was the first year I raced road bikes. And the year before, I think I did an XC race. I don't remember, or maybe it was the other way around. Might have been my first year
That was the
bike
first time I was
racing.
like, this guy's really strong. He's just out here in the crosswinds of Great Falls, you know? Anybody who finishes is a winner.
Yeah, that climb out from the far end was rough.
It was.
That wasn't a kind
It was all
course.
like,
If you were by yourself.
yeah. It was all like breaky country, like river break type terrain. Not many houses. I think there was like the lunch had Subway maybe. It was fun. John Juris, longtime Great Falls cycling enthusiast. John's trying to put on a gravel event this year. I don't know much about it, but pretty cool. Sure. The Great Falls gravel event has a good route, not a lot of traffic. Pretty fun.
Yeah, I've been meaning to do more like gravel type riding out there. One of my good friends lives in Great Falls, so I go see him every once in a while.
Is he airport? Not that everybody's in the airport. Is he in the at the base there?
What's that?
Is he in the Air Force?
No, he's just he actually works at the C.M. Russell Museum.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
That place is super cool.
yeah, and then his wife works at the other museum, like the more modern art museum. So
Okay.
they're art school people. Great Falls, you can still like buy a house and have kids.
Right. Just be like a normal dual income, something. Maybe even single income.
Yeah. They do actually have good mountain biking trails along the river.
Hey, did they put like a big invest in kind of like a road bike path too?
Yeah, there is a paved path that goes pretty far, back and
Okay.
forth. But then they have kind of like different skill level trails. So, like the closer you get to the river, the closer you are to like the steep edge and the more technical the trail is. And
Okay.
then the one the farthest from the river is like a double track. There's even like a skills park out there with like little rocks to ride over and skinnies and berms and stuff.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I know that Syringa's supposed to open when the snow melts, which will be fun to see how those jumps play out and skills and how that adds to our community. I'm excited to see it. I don't know, Peter, you won't catch me talking that much air, but I'm excited to see it and have it for the kids and some of the moms and dads.
Yeah.
Did you see this comment, Peter?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
I
Keep me
miss
distracted.
Peter. I don't get to see him that much. In the winter, I've been begging him to come to Rando Radness.
Alright. Think we'll go faster this time?
I use the feather.
I don't have a feather. Maybe I'm making that up. Nobody knows. Yeah. don't know what that means. Trainer dropout? Leg dropout?
I don't know. Are you referring to old rat?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means either. Sometimes I feel like Tino has more slang than I know.
I don't know who wouldn't wash their legs. All right, this is the fun lap.
Everyone pray for feathers.
Alright, coming up to the Innsbruck KLM. Very curious as to what I can do for 20 minutes right now. 320 seems reasonable. 330 would be nice. I think my best 20 minutes is like 336, 338. I don't know, I'm in decent shape. I think my best 20 minutes outside is better than that, but I'm not like outside summer fit. So I'm pretty concerned about Joe Miller and Butterfield on this one. I think that it's gonna be real hard to stay with them. In case it's not clear, Butterfield is Matty B MT. He's been one of the fastest mountain bike racers in Montana for a pretty long time. He is a couple years older than me. Johnson going early. Miller surges forward. You just cannot let that wheel go. and Drobek. Drobek is like a real actual professional athlete. I believe he's won the Missoula Marathon, won some triathlons. I know his wife has won the Missoula Marathon, Trisha. This is not going to be sustainable for me. He is lighter, so his watts kg number is fewer watts than I'm doing. Still, I'm on unsustainable pace again. I wish I had my Garmin going. I'm getting 5.5. I think I'm gonna regret this. I don't get it. knew it was unsustainable. Groups.